All right, here is a little bit of artwork by Mr. Windsor. Anytime you're working in your Google Classroom and you are looking to create some type of drawing that we might add to our Digital Lab notebook, one of the best tools to use is this insert function and drawing. And I'm going to create a new one. So I click on Insert, Drawing, New. And it's going to bring up a draw pad for me. And I really like to draw my own. So if I click on the line icon and go down to Scribble, I now have the ability to draw my own lines. One of the things that we need to do for our Salmon in the Classroom project is we need to draw a fish. And some of you might be sitting there going, you know what, Mr. Windsor, I am not very good at drawing organisms. So here we go, a little artwork by Mr. Windsor here. I'm going to teach you the easiest way to draw a fish so we can go about labeling it. Before I get carried away with that, I'm going to delete my draws here. And I'm going to click on Scribble again. So what I want to do is I want to create a half circle. Now, I'm going to do the exact same thing, the opposite direction, and slightly overlap. I'm going to finish off this end of the circle. So now I've got my tail or caudal fin. My fish needs to have a mouth. So I'm going to put a triangle at the front of it, or the front of its mouth. It needs to have gills. So I'm going to put my gill on my fish. It needs to have an eye. It needs to have a nose. I need to put my dorsal fin on the fish. Fish have 3 sets of fins on the bottom. There's one fin. There's the second fin. And then my third fin goes right there. One last thing I need to add on my fish is a lateral line. Alright, so now we're going to go through and we are going to identify the anatomical structures of our fish. So I'm going to go back up here to this line button and I'm going to draw some lines. I want to identify that structure, this one. Forgot to draw an additional fin that is something that tends to show up on all trout and salmon. So I'm going to add my scribble again. So there's one more fin off the back of the fish there on the dorsal side. We're going to identify that. And identify the very back fin. We're going to identify this one, and this one, and this one, along with this structure, and that structure. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start right here at the front of the fish. What we might call a nose has a name on the fish. It is called the nares. The next structure that we've identified is the eye. As we get into class, we're going to talk a lot about the form of these organisms, but we're also going to talk about the function of each one of these structures on these organisms as well. So this is the dorsal fin. Structure that runs down the middle of the fish is used for sensing vibrations in the water. This is the lateral line. Initially, the neck structure, which is made up of fatty tissue, was thought to be a site for storage of fats, but later on it was discovered that it actually helps fish, especially in fast-moving water, remain stationary. Kind of gives them an ability to sense the water and remain in the current appropriately. The very back fin is called the caudal fin. The fin nearest to the vent, the area where waste comes out, is called the anal fin. Fin right in front of that is the pelvic fin. Fin right below the gills is the pectoral fin. Covering over top of the gills is the operculum. And the last structure that we are going to identify on this particular fish is the mouth. So now I'm going to click Save and Close. And now my drawing is showing up right in my Google Doc. If I wanted to take a screenshot of this on my Chromebook, I would push Control-Shift and the Windows button, which is the button in the middle of your keypad all the way to the top. I could then choose the section of the picture I wanted a screenshot of. I could copy that and I could paste it into my digital lab notebook. So I hope this is helpful.